John, 3 games left here in camp. What do you want to get out of these last 3 games? Is there something you want to see from your group in these last 3 games?
Well, we're a sloppy team. No, it doesn't really surprise me. Like, I think you asked me a question last night. Am I concerned? I think coaches are concerned every day when the season starts. I temper it because I know where we're at. We're still in camp. Guys haven't played a lot of games. Today was really our first practice with working on some team concept stuff. But I also, you worry about just how sloppy we were last night. So yeah, we want to get the kinks out. We still are evaluating a few guys. I think today you'll see some of the guys that stay with us, and some guys will be going. We still need to evaluate, but also get measured more on the other side. Get our team trying to get to play the right way.
Not asking you to get into specifics, because I know you won't, but do you feel like you have some really difficult decisions here in the final week, or do you feel like you kind of know where you're at?
No, I think there are some competition decisions in positions. I think there's still, the 13th forward. Do we carry a D? I think there's more competition in my mind as far as where you sit in the lineup, what line you're playing on, what pair, in that way. 13th forward, that's competition going on there. Yeah, so it's still there. It's still there, but we have to start. And I'll be honest with you. Last night, it doesn't alarm me, but it certainly piques my attention to it. Let's get to our team and let's get working with our team. We have some time, but we always say that. Next thing you know, it's here. So I thought we had a really good practice today to get into the tempo of a team and some concept stuff. So yeah, so certainly 85–90% is going towards that way.
You said 13 forwards a couple times now. Do you know you're keeping 13 instead of 14?
I don't know. I don't know. Is it? I'm not sure what we're going to do. Yeah, it's still going to play out. That basically, from your question, the competition. We'll see where it goes.
A year ago, this time, Nudie was getting ready to go back to Cleveland to start the season. Obviously, he had the hip issue. Then he comes back and had a pretty good season. Does he come into the season in your eyes as, I want to see how high this guy can get in the lineup as opposed to just being here and playing?
Yeah, you want to see him keep progressing. I think with Nudie, one of the things that he's really grown, I think he has a lot of confidence now, where he tiptoed a little bit early on, and I think he feels he can be a really good player. I think when you have that confidence is on the right side, then you start thinking, I can be better. And he has to think that. And there's more there. How quickly it comes at that position for still a pretty young man, I don't know. It depends on the person. So that's what I'm looking at. And so we'll see. We'll see as we keep playing.
I'm assuming he's one of those guys you're talking about as far as evaluating maybe in the defensive pair, right?
Yeah. Is he 4? Is he 3-4? Is he 5-6? Yeah. Do I split up Jonesy and Z? Is he good enough to do that and to play in one of those pairs? We still haven't made up our mind there, so that's what we'll see here in the next few games. He'll probably play. Yeah, I got so many damn lineups in my head. I don't know when he'll play. Yeah.
On that same development scale with Kukan, where's he at in your estimation compared to where he was last year?
Yeah, fighting along, has some work to do, along with a number of our D. Again, I don't want to make judgments on him. There's still some games we played. There's still a lot of practice time we're going to have with the NHL people. He's one of those guys that's fighting for where he fits, and I don't know. I don't know where he is.
I mean, he obviously made strides last year that impressed you, and then also at the Worlds as well. Did you watch those? And did you feel like, I mean, yeah, obviously that tells you that it's in there, right? I mean,
oh, yeah. I think he can be a really good player. Thinking he can be a really good player and him doing it consistently is a different thing. That's where it kind of falls into his lap. But I have high regard for what he can be as a player. But I need to make judgments on what he's doing Monday, what he's doing on Tuesday, each day that goes by. That's when I have to make the judgments.
John, I asked you this last night too, but what's the thinking?
You checking my lines out again?
No lines. with having Madden coach your defenseman and Shaw coach your forwards? Just flipping those
You're
two
talking
roles.
about Lars coaching.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry, I
Lars.
got my,
Yeah, that a number of things came into play with me there is where I think you can get stale with the same voice. I like it myself where I've kind of released a lot of practice minutes to those guys because I don't want my voice to get stale. I think Lars has been dealing with and he does quite a bit of work with the forwards during games. As communication, Shawzy, a ton of work with the defensemen. I think it can get stale, and I'm not sure if I'm locked into it. I talked to both of them over the summer, and I want to see how it looks. Yeah, we're all talking the same because we all three of us are dealing with the team concept that we want to play. It's not like someone's going to come up with a different idea during the game and give it to them. It's just. But sometimes a different voice is good, and it keeps it fresh. Yeah, so that's where I'm at there. Now, this certainly isn't. Brad Shaw is a very well-respected coach in this league. He's coaching it longer than Lars. Has handled the defenseman through the whole way for him. I know it's a change for him. I think it helps develop the coach too. I think part of my responsibility, even though Shawzy's a veteran guy, is I want to give them opportunities to expand themselves also, where I don't think it hurts the team. If I wouldn't make this thing, make a change like this, if it hurts the team, I want to see what it looks like. I do, and I have. I've watched it, and I'll watch it here as we're all coaching these last games together. Although Brad Larson will not be with the team in, where are we going, Clinton, New York? Because we got some guys back here, and he'll stay back here with the guys, the non-game group.
gotcha.
But we'll be coaching the other games. So yeah, just to keep a different, just to keep it fresh. We'll see where it goes.
Have you done it before?
What's that?
Have you ever done something like that before, like in Tampa or?
Well, Tampa was just me and Rammer for a long time. Sully, I can't remember. I've had New York. It was me, Shoney,
Sullivan?
Sully. I didn't change it there. No, I think this is probably the first time.
So-
Yeah. So.
So let's say in a game, Shaw is sending out forward lines.
Well,
You still do the
just let me do a little work on the bench. Yes. Yeah. So yeah.
So you're on the power play now.
Yeah. No, so Lars is going to have the power play. Shawzy still has the PK. Excuse me. But part of the thing, and it's not so much the D. I think the neutral zone is a very important zone that I think we need to get better at. And I want to get Shawzy's voice involved in that, and that's what Lars was doing a lot. Guys would come off the bench, come off the ice. I'm changing the lines and doing it, and I'll correct, but I'm getting another line ready. So you need that assistant coach to do some teaching too. I think I want his voice more with the neutral zone. And see where it goes. I think our neutral zone has been a little bit inconsistent, and I'm certainly not blaming Lars, but yeah, I want to try it, and don't overthink it because we're still teaching the same things that we talk about as three of us.
Yeah.
It's just changing the voice in both sections of the bench.
So is Lars sending out the defensive pairs?
Lars will change the D.
Okay.
I'll change the forwards. I'll run the bench and correct whatever I need to do. Bark at this guy or that guy, and when. And I lean on that guy up at my end because I have to get the forward. It's a little bit more. No, I'll lean on Shawzy this year because it's a little bit more entailed for the head coach and running the forwards and this and that and all the other things that go on in the game. So I need him, and I'll like I did with Lars. I said we've lost our middle guy in the neutral zone, for instance. I said, and those two guys use that damn iPad. I don't even know how to turn the damn thing on, but they're magic with that thing. And so he'll do that. So I want to change the voices at both ends because I don't want it to get stale. We've been together now. This will be our fourth year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just felt, and I think it'll be good. I think it'll stimulate the players. I think it'll stimulate the coaches too.
Yeah.
So
How have the players received it? If you
I
can-
really haven't asked them. Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
feedback.
No, we really haven't gotten into it, with the regular season and all. So yeah, I haven't. But like I told Shawzy, I know Shazi Moore was probably saying, and, but this certainly is not anything on either one of them, what end of the bench they were coaching. It's just, I want to change it and just freshen, get a different voice for each end.
Were you able last year, I know you had your team to worry about, but what they were doing in Cleveland, where they had, the development coach also on the bench, talking to guys as they came off, were you able to monitor that at all? And just, what did you think about that at all? I think
No,
Clark,
I will not have another coach on the bench.
No.
We overcoach as we do with three. We do.
Right.
We will. I try not to, those guys try not to, but we end up overcoaching. There's not a chance there's another coach coming on that
Have
bench.
you seen some teams before?
I don't
It's
know.
starting. I think
Is
Buffalo
it?
has 4.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's not gonna happen here? I'm concerned about that every day. I got 2 of the brightest coaches. I've learned so much from them since I've been here. But I have to monitor how much we give to the players. And I was that guy before, where everything went to them. Everything. And you pound your chest when the game starts. I'm done. It's your game now because I gave you all the information for anything that could happen in this game. If you do it, you screwed up. It's not my fault. That's what happens. And I think when you allow players to take onus of their game and not give them too much, especially in today's game, not give them too much information and allow them to fail at certain times and learn from failing, I think you progress. I think you develop players quicker now. If you asked me that 5 years ago, I would have said, shut your mouth. Not a chance. Really. So that's where I think it's gone to.
It seems like that approach is being taken on the penalty kill especially, where the players are given more latitude, less structure, and more additional latitude, at least from what Shaw said.
Yeah. We all have to be careful because then it's like that hockey game. You move them this way, move them that way, and you have to allow them to play hockey.
Instinct.
Yeah, it's an instinctive game. And so I do. I tell them every day. I listen to them and I give them thoughts about what I want done in practice. And they get on a desk and they're mapping it out. And I kind of walk out. I walk back in there and I make sure there's not too much smoke in there because of all the thinking and what we're going to do. And I say that kiddingly, but almost seriously too. It's a growing with my thinking, how I feel, and Shazi is a really disciplined coach. Lars is a young coach who has tremendous aptitude and great ideas. But how much do you give to them? I think that's the key in coaching, how much information you give to them. We can have it all. I think it's good that we have it all. How much do you give to them?